Hello legends, hello. Hopefully this is working. I don't know how this is gonna come out, so I'm actually... Hopefully this is working. I don't know how this is gonna come out, so I'm actually... Sound and video good? So, believe it or not, I'm actually live on my phone right now, but I'm using my GoPro. So yeah, here we are back again. So I won't be live for long, guys. I just thought I'd let you know that everything was all right. But yeah, I guess I've just figured out something awesome to do. So I said, you know, I was going to be doing some IRL streaming when I'm going to Melbourne and whatnot. So this is going to be awesome. I can use my GoPro and go live from my GoPro on YouTube, which is weird. I'm actually going live on my phone, but using my GoPro. So I think it's because I've got it on wide screen. Yeah, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty excited that I can do that now. So that's a good thing to know that I can do that. So say for instance, if we have like a similar thing that happened the other day or tonight, I can just jump straight on the phone and do this. So yeah, pretty cool, I reckon. So yeah, it just means that's actually really good for like when I'm out on location, so to speak. And yeah, instead of so that means, right? So if you guys don't know what that means that I'm gonna be able to go live, like say down the main street of Melbourne, and it's gonna come across as if I'm going live at home because I'm using the GoPro rather than it's not gonna be a vertical stream. So that's pretty cool. You know, which obviously means I can then add more microphones, everything like that. So I've also figured out that I can hook up my drone. To YouTube as well, this exact same way, and go live from my drone footage. So that also means like that is fucking awesome. So like say for instance, you know, we could be out on location somewhere doing something and need to see something where I can't get to, and I can say, all right guys, I'm going to send the drone up there. Now you guys are going to be able to see whether I'm going to be able to get in there or whether it's safe in there or not. Like that's pretty fucking cool. I think the stuff that I've worked out today is pretty cool, and I think that to be able to go live on YouTube from your drone is pretty unique, and I don't think anyone's doing that. So yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy about that, to be honest. Cause it was your song that made me sing. Bring back the Biff and drone. Yeah, so I guess over the next few days I'll be doing a bit of trial and error on that whole scenario. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So it's pretty cool, and also it tells me right now what my stream health is, and so my stream health is 5,000 kilobytes per second, which is 5 gig per second, which is, it doesn't get much stronger than that, let's be honest. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Oi Mark, good night, you bloody legend. Thank you, JD, you bloody legend. Look, I'm trying everything, and like I said, been saying to everybody over the last couple of weeks, you know, this is my dream, like doing what I'm doing, and so you know, I definitely don't want to become irrelevant, and I think the best way of that not happening is don't become a stagnant page that just stays and doing the same thing. Like, I feel like since I've been exploring new things on my YouTube, that things have really started to like quantify. And so yeah, I'm a firm believer that you've kind of got to stay relevant, and you know, if you end up staying a little bit stagnant, then you know, that's when you lose viewers and stuff like that. And this is why I tell people that it's, you know, I'm not just doing, you know, prison and crime content anymore. We're out there giving everything a bloody red hot crack. It's 2026 and ain't nothing stopping us now. Where are you heading in Melbourne? Doing a meet and greet? So not this time. I think it's something that we'd really have to like put some time and effort into, rather than saying, you know, righto, this weekend, you know, which is 5 days away, let's all meet at this park and rah rah rah. So I think to do a meet and greet, we kind of all have to like put our heads together and you know, not only pick somewhere that's going to be easy for everybody to be able to attend, but that works for everybody as well. So, you know, I don't want to just do a willy-nilly meet and greet for the sake of doing a meet and greet. I want it to be beneficial for everybody. The Bondi shooter is in Long Bay prison. What's going to happen to him? So yeah, so he is in Long Bay, and I did ask in the video if people could explain to me why he was sent to Long Bay and not to Supermax at Goulburn, and the answer was quite simple. Actually, it's because Long Bay has the hospital at it, and obviously he was needing the hospital, so yeah, that's what was going on there. The last couple of weeks have been very engaging, and it's awesome. Loving it, legends. Thank you so much, Lisa Mason. I love, you know, I am a firm believer in you know, all feedback, whether it, you know, be not super positive, you know, as long as it's constructive criticism, I will take it on board, and I believe that I've been doing that well, and you know, Although, you know, I've had a few things in life kind of hold me back. We're still, yeah, this week will be the starting point for a few things. And yeah, so we're gonna take off out there and do that. So JJ is gonna be here tomorrow afternoon. So I might even be meeting up with somebody tomorrow morning to do some content. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, hopefully that'll work out. And yeah, like, I'm all over it, guys. Just know that there's never a moment where I'm not thinking about what our next move's gonna be. And you know, although I do keep you guys very updated on everything that's going on, I do keep my cards very close to my chest on what I'm doing, because, you know, I don't want people to steal the limelight, so to speak. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about. I'm just excited about the way that things are going to be in the future, and you know, I'm making efforts to make these things happen sooner rather than later. And yeah, I just believe that, yeah, the next couple of weeks the proof will be in the pudding. And yeah, I just think it'll be awesome. But like, I also agree too. I think that, you know, I think that the page as a whole, I think we've all grown, you know, and I think it's just getting better and better. And I think that, you know, trying out new things is key. You know, I don't want to fall off the bandwagon, so to speak. And yeah, live from the GoPro. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about, like, yeah, that there's so many possibilities about being able to go live from my GoPro, which means there ain't nowhere I can't go live from. So yeah, that's quite spectacular, I think. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that, to be honest. I'm just gonna grab a drink quickly, guys. I will be back on un momento. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, diddly-dee, here they are standing in a row. Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows it all. Asante sana, squash banana. comment on just using the ablutions. His eyes were cold and restless. His wounds have almost healed. That's my email there, legends. Big brother is always watching. Oh, you didn't know it. This is epic with the GoPro. Biff is a legend. It's actually pretty cool. I like it. So I will give a bit of an update. So a lot of people have been asking, like I said, that I am 100%, no one can tell me any different, that JJ and I weren't followed all the way back to my place by a car from Paul Punker. And so the last couple of days I've seen this dodgy vehicle that's not normally there, just sitting there. And as a matter of fact, I've caught it twice. As soon as it pulls into the driveway, the other one pulls out of the driveway. It's like they do a swap. And it's like I've caught that twice happen. Now, I'm not just talking about me walking past a house and seeing a fucking car pull out of the driveway while another one. I mean, like, this is me, like, you know, being vigilant at keeping an eye on my surroundings. And yeah, but whatever, it could be anything. But yeah, just I think it's always important to keep you guys updated, because you never know. All right, John Casale, you bloody legend. Yeah, so I do have, I've got a little bit of footage. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, because I didn't want it to look like I was filming. So I was actually wearing this shirt and I had my phone in the top pocket. And so obviously, in order for me to get the correct film, I had to be facing straight there. And yeah, so, but yeah, I will add all that stuff. It's going to be going into the Desi 2 doco. And yeah, I feel like the amount of stuff that I'm finding out in between, it's like, oh yeah, it's going to come out next week, and then I find out something more. It's like, oh yeah, we're adding that in there for sure. So should be a pretty interesting, the old Desi doco, I think. Desi could be in one of the dog houses. You never know. Oh, it's a red flag for sure. And like, I'm pretty vigilant when it comes to shit like that. Like, you've got to understand, like, you know, I spent my life on the very, very, very fucking opposite end of the fucking law. So, you know, there's been multiple times where I've had multiple attempts on my life, and so, you know, I believe that me being able to tell you about that is because of how vigilant I am. So, you know, I feel like my prior life has given me a bit of a fucking leg up in my new life. So, but yeah, like, yeah, I guess that kind of turns it from me thinking that it was like someone from the Paw Punker, like locals from that area where we were and where they told us they weren't happy with us being. I kind of thought it was like, you know, you came to our house, we're going to come to your house type thing. And but yeah, no, I don't believe that anymore. I don't believe it's locals. I believe that the people that are hanging around might be of a federal stature. Yeah. Oi, the real Wayno. How fucking cool is that emoji? Who would have known that you could do that emoji? That's fucking mad. Yeah, I guess, you know, and I think living the type of life that I did live, like you have to have an eye in the back of your head at all times. Do you know what I mean? Like I can't expect, because I woke up one day and said I give that life up, that all my enemies woke up that day and said, oh well, Biff's fucking given up that life now. Let's fucking, you know, let's take our foot off the pedal, so to speak, and fucking give him some, you know, a bit of quiet time. Dicks, I can tell you, it actually happens quite the opposite to that. You know, people are like, this is when they're their most vulnerable, rah rah rah. Do I think I have people after me? No, I don't. But like, I think that, you know, I've had plenty in the past, and I would think that, you know, that a lot of them people still have the same thought pattern. Yeah. So do I. I've got a fucking black belt in Chick Pow. It's a new martial art that I invented. If you live off grid, how do you have an electric gate to be cut? A gate on generator. Yeah, so if you have a look on one of those videos that I posted, I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. So there's actually, right around, there's a lot of cameras in and around that whole area at the end of Rainer Track. And so that house is the only house at the end of Rainer Track. There's another house, so kind of where we were parked when they did turn up. So where I was flying the drone from. So that's where the other house is. There's only 2 or maybe 3 maximum houses on that track. But when you go up to the gate, like there is like, I don't know, maybe 6 solar panels. So whatever your power source is, all the ones Gun mentioned. Yeah. Best to be hyper aware than to be sorry you dropped your guard. 100%. And I'll always live like that forever, you know. I think, but because of the way I am too, like I'm very fucking ADHD, which like makes you very hyper aware, being like ADHD, you know, the old fucking saying, hey, look, a squirrel, you know, it's because we are hyper vigilant, and like I'm the fucking worst. Like you guys see it 100 times alive when, you know what I mean? Like I'm talking about something and then I'll read a new comment, and then bang, that last thing what I was just talking about is fucking gone forever unless someone brings it up again. It's so weird. like, yeah, like, I don't think, and I don't even think, like, it's 2026, like, let's face it, it's not even, there was a day when you could say, I can remember times when we used to leave our front doors unlocked at night time, you know, but unfortunately those days are over. So I think it's in 2026, like, it definitely pays to be hyper vigilant and hyper aware of your surroundings, considering, you know, a 12-year-old kid is quite capable of coming up and slitting your throat just for a packet of smokes. And that's not even me being over it. Like, that's not me fucking overdoing it at all. Like, that's like exactly what it's like. Like, you just have to watch the news and you see it day in, day out. Teenagers getting caught. So yesterday there was a teenager that was charged with attempted murder. So he was caught in a stolen Porsche that was going to be used in a murder plot later on. That kid was 17 years old. Just 3 weeks ago, a 15-year-old was charged with being a main part in an underworld figure's murder. Like, yeah, these are different times we are living in. Yeah, my mum always told me to be aware of your surroundings all the time growing up. 100%. You gotta be. And like I said, like, it's 2026, like, yeah, we're 4 days into it. But I'd imagine, right? And if any of the previous years are anything to go off, because I feel like since 2019, since COVID, the world's gone fucking buku crazy. And I feel like that we have progressively been getting worse and worse as the years move on. So, like, if, you know, the prior years are anything to go off, I would say that 26 is going to be worse than 25, as 25 was worse than 24, and 24 was worse than 23, and 23 was worse than 22, and so on and so forth. So I say this, people, I say brace yourselves for 2026. You know, we're living in new times. We had a major terror activity happen on our soil. This is shit that we've never seen before. Yeah, we've had minor terrorist incidents happen on our soil before, but yeah, like, I feel like the world has gone fucking 100% buku crazy since COVID. So my grandkids laugh at me for locking my car doors while waiting outside. Oi, and you know what? That's the best way to be. Like, I am the exact same. I do not, like, say for instance, it doesn't even matter. Like, if I am walking away from my house, it's getting locked. If I am inside my house, I am locking the back and the front door at all times. Both doors, the wire doors and the front door. I do not care. You can ring my doorbell and I will come and let you in. You know, and that's not before I already know you're at my doorstep. But yeah. Makes you not want to leave home. Like, I kind of am already like that. Like, someone who's got my criminal history, like, I can literally walk down the street and, like, you know, I can even get in trouble. So I've been in trouble for excessive self-defense before. So I've been stabbed. So I got stabbed twice. You can see the video on my page, straight through my spleen. The second one went up and under my rib cage. It was a 15 centimeter fucking fishing boning knife. So the ones that go real skinny. The second one the knife was that big. The blade was 15 centimeters, right? So It was that big, the second stab wound, so he didn't even pull the knife all the way out, and it went straight up under my rib cage and stopped 1 centimeter from my heart, right? So, like, yeah, I shouldn't be here to tell these stories, but like, you know, like, yeah, you've got to be vigilant, because this is what the society we're living in, and like, yeah, our society is a lot more stab happy now than it was 10 years ago. I lock my doors tight to put some peace of mind for my sister when she finishes night shift. I meet her at the carport and walk her inside. You're a good man, legend, 100%. And like, how much does it suck? How much does it suck that we live in a time that's what we have to do? Like, I think it's so sad. The shit going on makes me want to move west. The kids lock up is stone's throw away. The kids can be worse than adults. It's scary shit. I fucking agree. Look, and I agree, Forever Flat. Like, I have, you know, 7 times I've had bladed instruments enter my body, and, you know, I've also got 2 bullet holes in me. You know, I'm here to tell my story, and my bullet holes might be in my leg, but like, they're still there. You know, definitely meant to be here, I would say. Especially, I'll tell you what hits home for me. I'll tell you what really, really hits home for me, and that's when that young Pacific Islander kid was stabbed in the neck in Brisbane. That really, really hits home for me, because as you guys know, I talk about it all the time. I was stabbed in the neck there, and I was also stabbed in my main artery, and I also died that night, and a matter of fact, I died in my mum's arms. But that always hits home for me, because it's like, because what happened to him is exactly what happened to me, except I was an idiot and tried running after the guy that stabbed me, so I hit the ground quicker, you know. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's fucking crazy. Like, that really hits home, because it makes me think, like, that's basically exactly what happened to me. And what's even more crazy about that is an off-duty police officer saved my life, and there's no 2 ways about that. Like, an off-duty police officer, you know. Last thing I'll say, clogging up the chat, but your story from the other night made me think you 1000% have guardian angels, Biff. I'm grateful you're here sharing your thoughts and good vibes. Oh, thank you, Doz. Thank you. You know what? I honestly believe it too. Like, I honestly believe it. I won't go into it, but, you know, you guys know, I am a father of a deceased son, so I believe that is my guardian angel, and that's all I'll say on that one, and moving on, skis. So here's the truth as well. So, like, you know, a lot of people kind of pack up to go and do the sea change thing, or the tree change thing if you move up the bush. And here's the truth. Like, let me tell you, someone who's spent most of their life in regional Victoria, and I can promise you that these regional towns, so I'll use the northeast as an example. So the northeast of Victoria, all the regional towns there are just as bad, if not worse, than some of the Melbourne towns. Like, all of these crimes that happen in Melbourne are happening in our area. It's not like, you know, you used to be able to say that, like, thank fuck I live in the country and this shit doesn't happen at home, you know? Yeah. country towns are dangerous. Yeah, look, and I don't think. But here's the truth. Yeah, so I think there is a certain distance you can go that people won't travel, because like let's face it, like the places that get hit with crime are places that are, you know, especially in regional areas that are just out of town. And people think, oh yeah, I'm not pissing in my backyard, so to speak. And but I believe there is a distance, because, you know, most of these people are traveling to these towns and that, going to the outskirts to do all the farm robberies and stuff like that in stolen cars. But if you live hours and hours away, like if you live enough off grid that, like, here's the truth, right? Here's the truth. I think it's like 78% of our land is not inhabited. So most of our population is all around the border of Australia. And if you have a look on the map and you see, you know, the population, you will see that the further you get inland, that the less people. Well, there's reasons for that, but yeah, who knows? You know, I hope these new laws that they bang on about all the time are making this big difference that they say it's making, because, yeah, I don't feel it is. Like, I think it's good that they've made the new law, like, if you get caught with a blade on you now, it's like an automatic 2 years. But I haven't seen the sudden influx of criminals getting locked up for being caught with a knife. Like, as a matter of fact, if you go and have a look at all the ratings, they're staying the same. So no one's being locked up for being caught with a bladed instrument any more than they were before those crimes were invented. And here's the truth. It's that easy to get a gun these days. I don't know why they're banging on about knives. Like, yeah, regional hubs are the bad ones. Yeah, 100%. And the machete bins definitely don't work. Like, that was the biggest epic fail. I think that yeah, this Victorian government, along with, not that I am very political at all, but like it's quite shameful, the stuff that's gone on in all states this year, actually. It's not actually illegal to have or carry, just got to check your state laws. So it's actually, so in Victoria there's been new laws that have passed that if you are caught in public with a bladed instrument on you, then yeah, it's apparently you're supposed to get a 2-year sentence. Because let's face it, no one's carrying around a knife to fucking go and peel some oranges and pears down the street. Let's face it. A real community looks after each other, yet vet everyone new to the community, yet give up a lot of personal history, but it's safe. Look, I agree, and I think that, you know, I think that that's what needs to happen. I think that yeah, there needs to be like some kind of vetting period for people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I don't even want to go down that road, actually. But I guess you know what I was about to say. What about me when I work out at sea? I'm scared of getting in trouble on the train on my way to the boat because I'm a deckhand in Bass Strait. True. Hey, that'd be a mad job. Always thought to myself, that'd be a mad job. Everyone should be allowed to carry capsicum spray. I mean, you kind of can. Like, you can make your own capsicum sprays that are probably 10 times more effective than anything that the feds are going to be using. But then, you know, when you make things that are gonna like hurt someone, you're gonna get charged for having a concealed weapon. Doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter. So here's how stupid our laws are, right? So someone can walk up to someone, and rightly so, it should be like this for pieces of shit that do this, but like if someone walks up to somebody and says, hey, give me your wallet, right? That's theft, yeah? But if I walk up to somebody and I've got a vape in my hand and I say, hey, give me your wallet, guess what? That's armed robbery. It doesn't matter what you have in your hand. If that is anything in your hand, then it then becomes an armed robbery. But I believe, like, I think that's like stupid if you ask me. Like, been doing it for 20 years now, that's why I've never been to jail. Fuck, that's mad. Good money too. Knives are scary. I was held up at the servo I worked in when I was 18. Oh, that would have been fucked. I hate pricks that do that. It was a massive kitchen knife and I was not going to argue. Yeah, I hate people that rob servos and that. Like, it's weak, you know what I mean? And then they want to boast about it like it was like some big gangster crime or something. More than likely a lie, but like, yeah. But I hate that. Nothing pisses me off worse than, young kids working at servos and stuff like that. They've got their first job or whatever and then they get held up at fucking knife point by some dirty, rotten fucking junkie who wants fucking $20 for a fix down the street. Like, I hate that shit. Here's the way myself and every one of my crew thought, right? So it doesn't matter if you walk into a servo with a gun and you say, hey, give me all your money out of the safe, right? It's the exact same charge as if you walk into a bank and you say, hey, give me all your money with a gun, right? So the way we looked at it was, why would you waste your fucking time and effort? Because you're going to get the exact same amount of prison time. Why would you waste your time and effort in going and doing a putrid fucking servo robbery that, back in the day it would have been some fucking teenager working in. These days it's probably fucking a Punapina from fucking Simpsons working there. But like, yeah. That's how we used to think. We used to be like, if you're still gonna get the exact same armed robbery charge for doing a servo than you are for doing a bank. I mean, wait, go. Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, I can't get over this. I can see it doing it this time, but it tells me, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because it's like this way. Yeah, I like this because it tells me what my stream health is. So that shouldn't have just cut out then, which is making me start to wonder. Right, so also, I did realise before, Gunny, that I needed to do a firmware update on my GoPro, so I was hoping that, but yeah, I think that that's just sealed it, that I'm definitely going to buy a new camera. I've been saying for a while, Gunny, that I was going to get the ZV E10, which is the latest like vlogging type of camera, and it's good because I'll be able to use it here. But yeah, I'm definitely getting one this week, so yeah, I might even do that tomorrow actually. Yeah, I'm not having this. I can't have this shit happen all the time. But yeah, weird. But yeah, alright guys, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I am gonna jump off. Oh, you know what? That could have been exactly what it was, my VPN.